Now the transformation kit, you heard us talk about it today. It is the preferred kit of the Body by Mind champions. And I'm going to ask Dr. Seidman a little bit about omegas because we have that one in there for a lot of reasons. Do you want to tell us why you need omegas in your diet?
So this is better, like closer to my face. Okay. So the omegas, or the essential fatty acids, are critical in your diet. There's 3s, 6s, and 9s, omega-3, 6s, and 9s. 9s are not critical because your body makes them. And for those of you, I have an hour-long lecture that I'm going to summarize in about 20 seconds. The typical American diet is from omega-3s to omega-6s is basically 1 omega-3 for every 20 omega-6. That's a typical American diet, which is terrible. The typical Mediterranean diet is 3 omega-3s to 1 omega-6. That's a great Mediterranean diet, very heart healthy, tons of data on this. Probably not thousands, but hundreds of articles showing the benefits of fish oils, of phosphatidylcholine, of phosphatidylserine that's inside there. And so most companies that give you a good essential oils give you a 3-to-1 product of omega-3s to 6. This is a typical box set. You probably saw it on Dance. What's the dance show? My wife watched it. Yeah, right, exactly. It's right there. So what we give you is 12-to-1. We actually give you 12 omega-3s for every 1 omega-6. And people say, why are you giving me any omega-6s if I can get it in my diet? And the answer is I'm a big believer in the botanicals. So flaxseed oil, ancient primrose oil, pumpkin seed oil are critical oils for both men and women that have very positive health benefits. There's one study that looked at over 11,000 people and looked at supplementing with just fish oils for 3 to 5 years. You can reduce mortality, that means dying, from all causes across the board, all causes, by roughly 25 to 30% by supplementing with just fish oils, and we make it much more. We also do something very important that most people don't do because it costs more money, is we molecularly distill the oils, which means that we remove the heavy metals, the PCBs, and the mercuries that are unfortunately in our fish. And so we make this a very healthy product. It's critical for brain health, it's critical for heart health, it's critical for joint health. So it's just a wonderful product and very important.
The other thing is, how many of you in here eat salmon, mackerel, or sardines 3 to 5 times a week? Take your omega. The transformation kit, as you know, has 60 shake meals, the assortment of health flavors, Slim, Trim, and Neuro. You heard us talk a little bit about that on stage. So I'm going to go into more detail and ask Dr. Witherly to tell us a little bit about Slim and how it works.
The common problem when you diet is your body doesn't like it. It gets cranky. And what it does is your BMR starts to drop, basal metabolic rate. Your energy starts to drop. So what we try to do is find ingredients that bring it back up again. And these 4 ingredients here have clinical research on all of them, and they keep your BMR from dropping. That means you burn more fat. The first one, fortunately, won the award a couple years ago for the best new ingredient. Well, guess what? It's in your product. It's not an Amazon. Yerba mate for energy boost. Yerba mate is used as a slimming tea in all of South Africa and America. So it's real popular. It's also a mood elevator as well. And chocomine is chocolate extract. Who likes chocolate? Well, good. We have all the chocolate extract, but we still don't have any kind of sugar. I know that's a problem. But all of this little chocolate we put in the tablet. And finally, green tea is amazing stuff. It's a phytonutrient and it helps the body burn more fat. So all of one tablet 3 times a day, and that does it.
A comment about green tea. We've done some studies looking at green tea, and this is where the regulatory people and where I get a little bit nervous, but there's a lot of studies that look at one of the ingredients in green tea is something called epi-3-gallocatechins. Epi-3-gallocatechins is a very powerful anti-cancer compound. And so what it works, there's something called angiogenesis. Angiogenesis means it forms new blood cells. So when you have a tumor, it basically sends out signals to make new blood cells. Green tea, epi-3-gallocatechin, basically sends a message to not do that, and that's why they think it has anti-cancer properties. I once said this in an audience, and we have some data we published in some white papers that's on the site. All of this stuff, by the way, is in back office for you to see. And somebody might march across the stage and said, when I heard Dr. Seidman say he can cure cancer, my heart dropped. I got sick and freaked out, of course. We can't cure or treat anything with these products. You should know that. It's not appropriate to say, it's not ethical to say, and it's not valid for us to say that. But there is data to support the health benefits of these types of products, and that's what I want to be the take-home message. So there's some very exciting compounds that we put inside here for me, for my family, for you, for your families, that have very strong positive benefits. And so we get it, just taking all of these things makes us, I think, in many ways, healthier in the long run. But be careful how you interpret the data that you've got.
And just for those of you who don't know, we've just recently improved our MySlim tablets. Instead of taking 2 tablets once to twice a day, it's now 1 tablet. And what it is our epidiamide is a much greater concentrated extract now, so you need less of it to make it more effective. We also added in a little bit of chromium to support healthy blood sugar levels, and it's also now kosher. So you are going to notice that difference in your MySlim. It is still caffeine-free. We still do not have anything that's going to spike blood pressure or anything like that. We'll take questions at the end. Sorry. My trim, it's my favorite product to travel with. Number one reason diets fail is people get hungry, they have cravings, they go off their diet. So we created this to help you get through that tough period of time when you start your new diet. And I'm going to have Dr. Simon tell us a little bit about why chromium is good for your body, and then we'll have Dr. Witherly tell you a little bit about the other ingredients.
So chromium is critical for glucose metabolism. So there's a lot of data to suggest that if you have chromium in your diet, you can metabolize better and it may help you lose weight. So that's the logic of chromium. L-carnitine is something that's very important. It's also the patented anti-age energy formula, which I think we'll talk about in a little bit, which actually helps the mitochondrial work more efficiently. So it upregulates mitochondrial function. The carnitine that you get is something that comes actually from meat or from broccoli. You have to grind up the equivalent of about 20 pounds of broccoli for 3 steaks for what you get in the 5-pack. But there's carnitine in here, and I'm going to have Dr. Witherly talk about Garcinia cambogia theanine.
Garcinia is a plant extract that comes from India, and what it does in the body is it stops the conversion of sugar into fat when you ingest it. It also has another excellent benefit. It increases serotonin naturally, so it makes you feel better. Another ingredient in this product, which I really like, my favorite ingredient of all time, come see, if you use a lot of our stuff, I use L-theanine in everything. In absolutely everything. It is an ingredient from green tea that changes your brain waves in 45 minutes. Go, whoa! It changes it from alpha to beta, so it calms your brain in about 45 minutes. When you feel calm, you feel less irritated, and you eat less. So this is a really great product. My wife takes it every day. I know when she skips her packets. I better move on.
So if you ever eat at Steve Witherly's house, he's got a salt shaker, pepper shaker, and an L-theanine shaker.
And then I just wanted to comment, this one you can mix it into your shake, you can mix it into your Neuro, your Go, or your Pro. If you're on an airplane, you can mix it into some juice or some other beverage. And it's going to really help control hunger between meals. So it's one of my favorites. It won't alter the flavor. People ask me how many can you take per day? On the carton it says 1 to 3 per day. If you're having a bad day, you can take more, but we want you to eat food, right? So that's why we don't tell you to take more. But I have personally taken more than that on a really bad day. And then because I torture my summer interns, I make them try lots of doses just to see what happens to them. And Cameron and I didn't eat for like 2 days.
So when we talk about lab rats, that's exactly what you mean, your summer interns.